The Hawks beat the Red Wings 5-1. 3 more points for the league's leading scorer, Connor Bedard. Great day in Motor City. Join us for the postgame show next. Happy Victory Sunday. Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks postgame show presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use our code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I'm Jay Zawaski. That's Mario Tirabassi. He's ready to go.
Hello.
He's fired up. Joey's here running the show today. The Bears game's happening over there. It is a crazy day here.
Who cares about
at
that?
CHGO, but the big news, the biggest game of the day in Chicago sports, Hawks and Red Wings in November. Hawks win 5-1. It said in the cold open, 3 more points for Connor Bedard, but I don't want to say another word without acknowledging the 44 save performance from Arvid Soderblom, who was awesome in this game. Absolutely phenomenal. That first Red Wings goal, we're like, oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just shut that crap down the rest of the game. Outstanding performance from Soderblom.
Career high 44 saves. And we've talked about the difference between Spencer Knight and Arvid Soderblom and the way the team plays. But I think I would say probably the turning point in how this game felt was that toe save by Arvid Soderblom.
Like on Dylan Larkin, no less.
He makes that save to, I believe at that point it was still 2-1, or it might have been 3-1. I don't know, but it's I don't remember, but it was a turning point save. Like if that goes in,
what?
And if that goes in,
look what we have here, folks.
If that goes in, and that changes the momentum of the game. And I think when a team sees a goalie make a save like that, you feel like, all right, you have a little bit more confidence. You know that he's going to be able to make. Like, he's on his game. He's going to be able to make those kinds of saves, which for a lot of Arvid Soderblom's starts, he hasn't really had those moments here and there. But like what we've seen from Spencer Knight this season has been above and beyond. So you kind of get used to that. And you're like, oh, I want to see Spencer Knight start every game. It's just not possible. Like Arvid Soderblom has to come in. But when he does, and he has a performance like this to cap off the road trip in this fashion, like, you couldn't have asked for anything better.
You felt like whatever the result was with this game, you would feel, okay, it's fine. They did okay on a road trip. Not, 2-3-1 would have been fine, right? You feel okay about that.
Yeah.
3-2-1 feels way better. It's 3 in a row. You've got Connor Bedard on absolute fire. Both of your goalies are playing out of their minds. And look, this game overall, when Jeff Blashill looks at the tape, there's going to be a lot of lessons to take away in this game. They were massively outplayed during this game, and there's reasons for it, which we'll get into. But to be able to find, I'll say this now, this game, the Vancouver game that they won, and Seattle are probably their not Seattle.
Edmonton?
No. Utah. Are probably their 3 worst performances of the year. They are 3-0 in those games. And I think it shows you a little bit of like, okay, we're going to find a way to do this even when we don't have our best, even when we're not. Look, it's a 6-game road trip. These guys are out of gas. It's totally understandable to rally and win the way they won today on the back of their goaltender, on the back of a 3-for-3 power play. I don't care about the metrics. I don't care about the purple lines. I don't care about the Corsi. I care about the 5-1 win and what it means for this team going forward.
Good teams find ways to win.
Yep.
And I think we're starting to see that this Blackhawks team is a team good enough to find different ways to win. And this was a group that last year and 2 years ago and all that, they found ways to lose games.
Yep.
And they're now able to find ways to win. It's a huge belief in themselves. And, I wouldn't even, heads up, I wouldn't even say that this is necessarily one of their, I don't know if this, there's only been 16 games, I guess. So you could categorize it as, maybe not their best performance. But as Darren Pang mentioned on the broadcast, 45 shots on goal from the Red Wings, that's a lot. That's a huge number. But a lot of them weren't necessarily like strung together, like possession was overwhelming in their own offensive zone, where Soderblom was getting peppered, having to make 2 or 3 or 4 saves in a row. Like, it was a lot of like one and done chances. So I think, like, even though the shot number was high and the defensive structure wasn't that great where they were getting those chances, they weren't allowing a lot of extra on top of it. Not at all. They were able to handle what was allowed.
At 5-on-5, the Red Wings had 34 shots to the Hawks 16, but high danger chances were 7-5.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of non-competitive, like, well, I'm just going to throw it at the net. Easy save for Arvid to knock it down or freeze it or whatever. The Hawks did a good job, I think, of clearing space so he can make clean saves. I do think they need to work on their defensive spacing a little bit. I think when they get back to practice, that'll be focus number 1. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, the numbers look very lopsided. But if you watch that game, at no point where you're like, oh my God, here come the Red Wings. They're all over them. The Hawks can't stop them. Yeah. It wasn't really like that at all. It was kind of like, all right, it was kind of a sleepy game, to be honest with you. It was kind of boring. Kind of back and forth. I know, but like Detroit. In terms of a 5-1 Hawks win,
it wasn't
the most exhilarating 60 minutes I've watched of hockey this season. That's for sure. And a lot of that was the Hawks just like, okay, we're going to give you, opportunities to put the puck on net, but they're not going to be good ones. They're not going to be ones that are going to be a huge risk to go in. Yeah. Scoring chances for the record, 27-13 for Detroit. But again, the high danger, 7-5 for Detroit. So they're right there. I just love the way this team has rallied. And like we said, they're finding ways when they're not at their best to come away with points, 2 points, 1 point, whatever it might be. They're finding a way to do it. And that defines a lot of the character of this team. And honestly, it says a lot for the coaching staff too.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you look at how, the special teams in this game was the difference, and shout out to, Mike Vellucci and Michael Pekka and how they've been able to, run the penalty kills and the power plays and how they've structured those. And, the personnel changing with Frank Nazar out changed how the power play was structured and how the penalty kill was structured. And they were able to have essentially a perfect special teams night. 5 for 5 on the 5 for 5 on the penalty kill. That you take that every night.
Yes.
And then you go 3 for 3 on the power play with 3 shots on goal. That's 100%.
That's like, as good as it can be.
If you could go over 100% on special teams, that's how you would categorize it. Like, that was a terrific effort. And with the penalties and how they were divvied out, and I don't know, Tyler Bertuzzi peed in someone's coffee this morning. I don't know.
So weird.
They were able to handle what they needed to, shorthanded, and again, it when you get a 5 for 5 penalty kill, your goaltender is a big part of that as well. And again, it goes back to Arvid Soderblom having a really solid game.
All right, Adrian is in the chat. Would you like to explain why you are wearing full hockey gear right now?
Yes, thank you, Adrian. So I mean, if you haven't noticed, I'm sporting a mustache this month for Movember, which is an initiative to help bring awareness and fundraising to men's health initiatives like prostate cancer awareness and research, testicular cancer awareness and research, and then men's mental health and suicide prevention efforts. So I've been doing some fundraising whilst sporting the mustache. And I said yesterday on Twitter, I said, you know what? If I reach my goal of what was $500 by the third period of tomorrow's Red Wings and Blackhawks games, I will wear my full hockey gear, because as soon as the show is over, I'm hustling out to Crystal Lake to try and make my 6 o'clock rec league game. So I figured,
and you're skating there. It was what I was told. You're not
like
driving. You're going to
like
skate.
the old Hawks intro video, just skating through the city.
It is skating down Madison. 100%.
like Frozone in The Incredibles.
There you go.
So I figured, all right, if I get to 500 by the time the game's over, I'll throw on the gear and then I'll have the gear on to drive there. Well,
that happened quick.
15 minutes later, Adrian, who is our indefatigable
good job
YouTube chatter, stepped up huge, hit the I gotta take my glove off to use my computer. Hit the fundraising mark in one fell swoop. $400 from him. So thank you, Adrian. That was awesome and unexpected. So I did hit the 500. I also got an extra 20 here from Aziz today. So I am over my goal. But that doesn't mean that it's over. We still have the rest of the month to go. I'm going to keep sporting the mustache for the rest of the month to continue to raise funds for all of what Movember is there to do. And again, as I've said a couple of times, like men's mental health and specifically prostate cancer and testicular cancer, like that's all very important to all of us. And everyone has had some sort of personal encounter with cancer in some way, shape, or form. I've had people in my family that have had prostate cancer, and
my dad had it. Yep,
we're able to get it checked out early. We're able to get it taken care of. So it all goes to that. So shout out to Aziz, Adrian, Robert, and Anonymous. Appreciate that, helping me get to the 520 mark currently, but let's keep going.
Yes, keep going. That is a great cause. Love it. You got 50 coming for me when I remember.
Oh, thank you.
It's coming. I promise. I got the rest of the month. We'll figure it out.
Oh, hey, your prediction came right.
We're not done yet, but Joey, when did I say it? What was the score when I said it?
8 minutes ago.
It was 20 to 10. 20 to 10. Bears were losing.
And what did I say?
They were going to somehow win.
Bears were going to come back.
Yes.
You also said, too, to be very fair, and this is a great point about where we are in this Blackhawks, hopefully, resurgence with this young group, is you said the Hawks games of years past, when they were up 3-1, it was about maybe 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. Yeah. You said this is a game that the Blackhawks on the road, end of the road trip, used to cough up all the time, give up that one goal, and then it was white-knuckling it the rest of the way.
Yes.
Maybe the other team would tie. Maybe the Hawks would get a point, but they wouldn't close this one out, and they did it big time.
I had to take a stress lap up 3-1. Walked around by the Bears side and just walked around the table and took a deep sigh, and here we are. Hawks win 5-1. Mario raises $520 and counting. So make sure you chip in. Go to his Twitter to find the link.
I also want to say your prediction came true. So did mine.
So far
today during the Blackhawks game. Remember, they were going up to their third power play.
Yeah. You crushed that one.
I said, you know what? How about 3 for 3 with three shots on goal? And literally, 10 seconds later, boom.
Bertuzzi, little knuckler.
Perfect.
Just as he drew it up.
Perfect. We're just having a great Sunday here. Now watch, my rec league game is going to be like 8-0.
That's okay.
We're going to lose.
Simon, by the way, wants to know what's the name of your rec league team, if you can say it on the air.
It is I don't know, you probably can't see it on here, but the Sticks and Stones Hockey League out there in Crystal Lake. I am on the Springfield Falcons. We're using AHL.
Oh, that's cool.
This year.
I like that. That's fun.
So
awesome.
This is the logo that's able to be used. I don't know if I'm outing my league for copyright infringement or not, but it's fun. It's a good league. It's good competition. I've met some people who are huge fans of the podcast through the league. I know a couple people from the Twitterverse, Blackhawks Twitterverse, are in the league as well. Riz, NHL Riz.
Nice. Yeah.
He's in the league. I think I'm actually playing his team tonight. So that's fun. So
nice.
It's good stuff.
All right, we're going to hit the break zone for the first time. We promise more hockey breakdown. We're at 288 likes. We got 560 people watching right now. Every 100 likes, Noodle Man turns on. So we got to get to 300, got to get to 400. Mario's goal is $500. Our goal in the postgame, 500 likes. Let's do it. We've got some super chats to get to on the other side. But first, we got to tell you about our Game Puck nominees. Very easy today. Connor Bedard, 3 points, league's leading scorer. Arvid Soderblom, insane. And Oliver Moore, first NHL
Yes.
goal. And we'll get to him a little bit later. Very effective in his limited time today.
Yeah.
So get your votes in. We'll reveal the winner at the end of the game. We also later have to go to the Frathouse in Madison, which we will do. So stick around. Hit that like button if you've not done it yet. We'll be back in 2 minutes on CHGO Blackhawks. Whatever the sport, the app to bet is Circa Sports Illinois. Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way it should be. Circa Sports Illinois has everything you're looking for from your sports betting app. It's got high betting limits, low holds, and the best customer service in the dang business. Bet on all your favorite teams in every game this season. They've got spreads, they got props, they got futures, they got in-game. Circa Sports has it, whatever it is you're looking for. You can fund and bet like a pro from anywhere, anytime in Illinois. You've got Sunday Night Football tonight, Steelers and Chargers. I saw, I think 44.5 was the total on that one. Sounds low for a Chargers game. They put up some numbers, right? I don't know.
Sometimes.
Yeah, find whatever you're looking for at Circa Sports Illinois. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When I knew today that I was going to be doing the post-game show in my hockey gear, I wanted to make sure that there was no stink, as least stink as possible. So I made sure I put on my Mando whole body deodorant, which is safe to use anywhere on your body, including but not limited to your pits, your balls, your thigh folds, your belly's button, your butt's crack, and your feet. Mando was created by a doctor who saw firsthand how body odor was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. A great thing about Mando is all of their products are baking soda and paraben free, which is
baking
good.
soda.
Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. Comes with solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, and 2 free products of your choice, like their mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. And as a special offer to our listeners, new customers can get 20% off site-wide with our code CHGO when you go to shopmando.com. Again, that's shopmando.com. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting freshness.
And we're back. The wardrobe
The
switch.
smash cut is the best.
Transition. What a transition. When we go from live to our commercials, I have to imagine that's as fast as how Tyler Bertuzzi can get out of his gear after
True.
practice.
I think he drives home like helmet and gloves and everything. It would not shock me. All right, hey, guess what? Before we get to your super chats, which we very much appreciate, we've got a great deal going on we want to tell you about. If you've been waiting to become a diehard, now is a great time to do it. Hawks underway. Bears about to win again. The Bulls off to a really good start. $36 for the year of diehard membership. That includes your free shirt. It includes access to all of our premium written content, all of our events, takeovers, watch parties. Beyond your free shirt, you save 20% on every piece of merch you want. Beyond that, it's really a great deal. You're basically just paying for the free shirt, and then everything else is free if you want to look at it that way. Jump on it. Use our promo code HAWKS when you sign up to take advantage of the deal. You can scan the QR code on your screen or go to allchgo.com/join for more information. But make sure you use our code HAWKS. We want to make sure that we are drawing more diehards than the Bears and the Bulls and the Sox and the Cubs. We want to make sure that we are the ones bringing the diehards in, because the Hawks fans are the most diehard, as evidenced by our numbers after every game. The people chipping in money for you, and these awesome super chats, and we do owe them a noodle man.
Yes, we do.
So, Joey, why don't we start firing up some of these super chats here real quick?
Where'd he go? Surprises me
Noodle
every
man
time.
attacks us. We got one from Mike. $10 says, through 16 games, the Blackhawks have 19 points, while Bedard has 25 on his own. In previous seasons, how long did it take both the team and Bedard to reach those totals? Well, you're making us do Matt Mario. Type that in for us.
All right, give me a second.
We will look that up.
Hold on.
We will look that up for you.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that. He almost blocked the Blackhawks on Twitter.
Oh,
that would go over
my
well.
Screen really big. Hold on.
We will crunch those numbers for you and
Yeah.
get back to you, Mike. Good question.
I'll look that up.
Ryan PC, $5 says, if only Patrick Kane scored, great game. What? No.
No, why do you want
No.
that?
Send us $5 more for that.
Hasn't he scored enough for us
he's
in his
fine.
career? We're good.
Enough of this. He's a Red Wing. He told you so. All right. A Blue Chameleon says, going to catch up on the show in a bit, but want to drop in to celebrate third in the Central, and league leader Bedard gives us $10. Thank you. And our buddy, Dead Hawk, $50, says $50 because Bedard and Knight need to be in Milan, because Mario played EASHL one time with us, and because some diehards won't get off my back. Give Blackhawks the big studio. They're the only CHGO team that matters right now.
Thank you.
Well, that's true.
All right, let's 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 19 points for Connor Bedard last season in 24 games.
Okay. That's still pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
for last year's team. Yes, that's still pretty good. Okay, and then what was the other one? When
How
did
many
the Hawks
how
get
to get to 19
points?
points last year?
No, Bedard has 25 points. Hold on.
Oh Lord.
I got my numbers screwed up. Hold on.
All right.
We'll go back to it.
I'll read another super chat while we're at it.
Yeah.
Our buddy Windy City Hockey says, I love this Blackhawks team. They're very likable. There's no doubt about that. And Zarit Meyer, I think I'm saying that right. $10. Best podcast in town. Keep it going, guys. You have supported us fans through a long, dry period. We're on the brink of winning again. And then one more, Madhouse Meek, $20, says, congrats, Mario. Just wanted to give Green a shout out. Kid was on the top line today. Wasn't on the top line today, but I felt it allowed him to take over. The usual suspects looking great. So just another bright spot atop Myriad. More with a first. So let's talk about Oliver Moore, because I think he's going to get lost in a shuffle a little bit today.
26 points in 31 games for Bedard last year.
Okay.
So 31.
Moore with his first NHL goal had 5 shots on goal and 6 shot attempts in 11:32. That is a team low, 11:32.
I mean,
and I'm sorry, Sam Lafferty played 11:26, but 11:32 for Oliver Moore. Goal +1, 5 shots on goal, and 4 missed shots. He was everywhere, man, and he is just like always when he's on the ice, he's never far from the play. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if he is chasing a little bit, trying to I got to get here, and I got to get here, I got to get here. I think it looks okay. They're keeping him in the lineup. I just love the way he's played. You want to see him convert on some of these chances, as he did at the end of the game. But I really like that he was creating offense on his own. With his speed, with his tenacity. I really love the way that Oliver Moore plays. And, I don't know what his offensive ceiling is for this year, but as you look 2, 3, 4 years down the road, when we are really talking about the Hawks making a playoff run and those sort of things, it's just another really solid piece on a team full of solid pieces. I've been really impressed with him. Surprised he got the call this early in the season, but has absolutely earned it and has been really good in his limited time.
Yeah, I mean, the Hawks have made the point that they want to try and win, and Oliver Moore is a guy that has said that the way the team plays fits his style, like the identity that they want to play with. He's that kind of guy, and I think you don't want to throw him to the wolves right away if you don't have to. I know the first game he played didn't have any special teams minutes, but still played 16 minutes. This is a game where Bedard, Bertuzzi, Burakovsky,
those guys are going. Give them a lot of opportunities. Give them a lot of minutes. Plus, with 5 penalty kills, 3 power plays, there wasn't going to be a ton of ice time for a guy like Oliver Moore. But when you come in as one of these young guys, and the way that Jeff Blashill has been operating, very clearly what your role is, what your expectations are. Go out and do it, and you're going to find success. And guys like Oliver Moore have done that. Guys like Colton Dock have done that. Not necessarily right now on this team, the big minutes guys, the big point producers, but the guys that are going to come in and fill a role. And if you execute in your role, the team's going to be successful. And I think Blashill has really ingrained that in the group. And I think you have the right group of players that say points, scoring goals and getting your cookies are nice, but winning is more fun. Yeah. None of these guys, as Blashill has said, care about being the highest scorer on a losing team. They all want to win. Whether Bedard has 5 points or 0, he just cares that they win at the end of the game. So I think that is the mentality that is permeating across the group. And when Oliver Moore comes in, there's a lot of excitement. He has a lot of skill. He's got a lot of confidence from playing really well in Rockford. But he comes in and he's not expected to have to be that guy. So he settles into his role, settles into the expectations, and
you want those young guys to thrive.
Well, one thing I like too, and I think it was Moore's call up when they basically said, like, are you going to instruct him? Or are you going to be careful with how you use him? I think he was talking about Moore when he's like, no, we're going to tell him to go play his game.
Yeah.
And I think that is such an empowering thing for a young player, is to be told, look, man, you're here for a reason. We drafted you because you're fast and you're aggressive and you can score. We want you to come into Chicago and be fast and aggressive and score. We're not going to ease you in. We're not going to tell you to, like, hey, you're the rookie here. You got to be careful. You got to earn your opportunities. No, go out and do what you do. Go do what you have done that got you to the NHL in the first place. Why would you ever ask a kid to change the way they play when they finally reach the pinnacle of their careers and get to the NHL? No. Yeah. The reason Oliver Moore is here is because of the way he plays. And you could really say that top to bottom in the way that Blashill has approached his team is he has, and I think the 11-7 thing is a really good illustration of it, is this, on this roster with these players, this gives me the best chance to win. Is it weird? Yes. Is it not typically used in the NHL? Yes, that is true. But it's working, and they're getting results because, as Darren Pang said, they love having Louis Crevier on the penalty kill. So great. Put him out there. Have him as your seventh. It eases the minutes for other guys. If a guy's playing poorly, somebody else can step up. It's working, and he is not trying to square peg round hole people. Yeah. He's saying, all right, laying out the, I don't know what, he's got the whiteboard or he's got little cards, Post-it notes, whatever it might be. And he's saying, okay, who does what well, and where are they going to fit, and how are they going to fit together? And he's done a tremendous job of putting guys in the positions to win and putting guys with players that are going to amplify what they already do so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, sometimes really good players need really good teammates, and you get the best out of them.
Yep.
Right?
Right.
So I think that
Eberflus walked in, right?
so I think that, you finally have a roster that actually reflects it too. Like, you're not trying to make Taylor Hall work, or make Seth Jones work, or make Pat Maroon fit like, you have the guys that you want to play in those roles and grow in their games. So whether it's Oliver Moore playing, on a third line checking role, or Ryan Green playing, third line shutdown center, fourth line, whatever, like rotating through, like, you want those guys to be able to have a baseline of what it's going to take to be successful in the NHL, and then you can let the skills shine from there as they continue to mature in their games. And then, defensively, like, the rotation is just working. Like, I'm very, when it was first few games of like 11-7, I was like, this is going to last for like a week, right? and then we're going to go back to what's normal, please. But hey, I mean, if this might, I've seen a bunch of other teams go with 11 forwards, 7 defensemen this year. Like,
Jeff Blashill revolutionizing hockey, my friend.
It might be, kind of one of these trends that kind of changes how you think of your lineups and think of hockey. But it's working for this Hawks group right now. I mean, if it keeps going, like, why fix what's not broken? I think, would it be, just easier for our minds and brains to think of 12 forwards, 6 defensemen? Sure.
It's easier for graphic purposes.
Yeah, it is. It is. Maybe anyone will know what the lineup is if it's 12 and 6. But I just think you find what works and you keep going with it. Like the Bertuzzi going down on his knees on the power play. Like, yes, it works. It's not
You're
normal.
Getting results.
It works.
Yeah.
So you keep going to it.
Yes. 100%. I like that Blashill is a coach with an old school, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an old school base, right? Like, you hit our guys, we're going to fight you. Mm-hmm. You are going to bag skate you at practice. Conditioning is going to be a big part of things. We don't waste time. He's not afraid to get in somebody's ear. However, he does put some belief into the analytics. He will think outside the box.
Their internal analytics.
And just as we said, like, he's not afraid to give a young guy a chance. I'm just get so burnt out, and this is in every sport of young guy, got to earn it, got to pay you the dues. Screw that, man. Oliver Moore is better than Sam Lafferty. So Oliver Moore should play over Sam Lafferty.
Yeah.
I don't that whole earning it thing is crap. And I know I'm not trying to be a jag about Sam Lafferty, but it just is what it is. Is there a better option? for what we need right now? Yeah. I mean, the Red Wings did it today. They called up Nate Danielson because they needed goal scoring. Mm-hmm. So they called up a goal scorer.
And he was noticeable in the
game.
He
had a good game. Like, it's just that is the modern thinking that I like to see in the NHL is this league. If you look at the leaderboards, Young, Bedard, Celebrini, Leo Carlson, like all these young guys that have been drafted 1 or 2 or 3 over the last few years are right at the top, and some of them can't even legally drink yet. So it's crazy to think about, and the league is coming around to, oh, wait, the future of this thing is in these kids. Let's play them, because some of the best talent in the league is young.
Hockey Canada does it too.
We'll see. All right, we got to hit the break zone one more time. We owe you a Noodle Man. We'll have him alive and well when we come back. A couple more super chats we want to knock out too. We are awaiting Jeff Blashill. We'll see if we hear from him. It has not been a good trend this road trip and getting post-game video, but we'll see what comes through. We still got the Frathouse. We'll still reveal the Game Puck winner, so get those likes in, get those votes in. We're back in 2 on CHGO Blackhawks, presented by Bet365. It is Blackhawks and Bulls season on Chicago Sports Network. Both teams pretty good, we think.
Decent.
Visit chsn.com/podcast to sign up for your 7-day free trial of the All Access plan. That All Access plan gives you over 300 live games per year. You can catch every basket, every goal, every 5-minute major, every too many men on the ice penalty. Anything you're looking for, you've got it on your mobile device, TV, or wherever you want to watch. CHSN is your home for the Hawks and Bulls all season long. Chicago Sports Network, your home stream advantage.
I see what you did there.
CHSN is also available for you on Xfinity, DirecTV, DirecTV Stream, and Fubo. Visit chsn.com for more details. Again, that is chsn.com.
And this wonderful episode is brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. All you do is pick more than or less than on at least 2 player stats, and if your picks are right, you could cash in. Do you think Saquon Barkley is going to have more or less than 1 rushing touchdown? You can bet on that. If you want to bet on Caleb Williams, more than or less than 2.5 passing touchdowns, you can do that on Prize Picks. Super easy to use. Join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the app today. When you do, use the code CHGO, and you are going to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. That's Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
It is. All right, we are back on CHGO Blackhawks. Noodle Man is arousing. There he goes. And Mario has an update on the first super chat we got today. We have an answer to the question on reaching 19 points.
Yeah, so 19 points for the Blackhawks. They went from 18 points to 20 points in game 28 last season, which was, hold on. It's not going to work.
I just really want it to work.
There's like a great split screen going on between Jay. It's just kind of a very normal thing going on.
December 9th, which was December 9th. So we're at November 9th.
November 9th.
Yeah.
Whole extra month.
We're a month ahead of schedule.
That's great.
It's good. It's good.
Really good.
They're in a playoff spot. We're getting closer to Thanksgiving in America.
Starting 2 weeks. It'll be
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. Well, 2 weeks from week from Thursday will be.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like this team is who they are, and who they are is a team that's going to be in the chase. So
they're not in a wild card spot. They are in a playoff spot. Is the 3rd team in the Central Division.
Yeah. Look,
Colorado with 23, Dallas with 19.
You got the
Chicago
league's best
19.
goaltender and the league leader in points. What else do you need? You got the Jack Adams front runner.
Yeah.
You got the best vibes.
The Vibes Trophy.
You got 6-7 going on. You keeping that alive? Like,
yes.
This is a team of destiny.
All right, you're calling it Team of Destiny.
Team of Destiny.
I got called out for being negative today.
What were you negative about?
I guess I said when they're competing for cups in 2 or 3 years. That was a negative comment.
It is, Jay.
You hear what you want to
get
hear.
your negativity out of here.
You hear what you want to hear, I guess.
Minimum 8 P.
Get your negativity out of here,
guess so.
Jay. I'm slowly but surely starting to map out the route for the parade this summer.
Just come down Madison. It'll be easy
in
for
June.
us.
Yeah, they'll go down Madison, then they'll stop at our office here.
Right.
We'll all get a little.
If we could dream for a second, do you know how amazing that would be for us to be able to just come to work here and drop off our stuff or whatever and then go to the parade?
Yep.
And be so close to it?
We might be a few phone calls away from being on one of those party
That's
buses.
right. We better be on a bus, damn it.
And honestly, of all the days
and
for you
when.
guys to be allowed to imbibe and maybe come in a little, whatever.
I'm drunk right now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we got new THC
that'd be the day to-
seltzers
that'd be the day to do it.
that are sponsoring our shows. What are you talking about?
Yeah, dude.
We're not members of the Professional Hockey
No,
Writers
we're not allowed to be.
Association. So
We're not professionals like Ryan Whitney.
Yeah. So if ever I'm offered a chance to drink from the Stanley Cup because of the Blackhawks, I'm not going to pass it up. Standards be damned.
Yeah. I accidentally touched it when Patrick Sharp brought it to the score, and we were trying to set it down, and I helped him he's like, it's cool.
What year was this?
Oh, there's so many. That was 13.
Oh, okay.
Because Brad Richards was 15, right?
Yeah, he was on that 15
Yeah, so
team.
Brad Richards brought it after 15. Sharp brought it 13, and Ladd brought it 10.
Nice. I saw it.
Good times.
They had a showing in Millennium Park in October of 2015 that I went down to and was got a picture there with it. It's my Venmo picture. If you ever want to Venmo me,
Yeah.
you can find that picture.
Just to know it's him.
And then I also saw it when the draft was here in 2017. Me and my dad went to the Fan Fest, and they had the Stanley Cup, and we took pictures of it with it. And my dad went to touch it, and I was like, "Don't touch it." So,
Hey, it worked
It's a
out.
good I look forward to the near future when we will get to see the Stanley Cup in person yet again.
That would be
Soon.
really great.
Soon.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Another guy we should mention that we have not yet is Artem Levshunov, who had 2 more points today, still seeking that first goal. Did have his annual or every game you will Artie moment. But again, this game, they were up 4-1, so you can live with it.
That's fine.
And then he took it coast to coast and tried to score. I'm watching
I like the
him
confidence.
very closely. When 55 is on the ice, my eye goes to him because it's kind of my job to make sure the number 2 overall pick is the way to understand how they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
And he has just really, you can watch the game slow down for him. Where early in the season and even a little bit last year, you would see he'd have the puck and it would be kind of like hand grenade-y, like I got to move this thing, I got to get to the next thing. He's a lot more calm with the puck. He is more aware of his space and time, I think. So he's figuring out, when you talk to young players that come to the NHL, they always say, like, the game is so much faster. Mm-hmm. And when they're talking about the game being faster, it's not these guys are faster skaters. No, it is that too.
Partially true, but yeah.
it's the quickness in which the games and the plays develop. Where in junior or in Rockford, you've got an extra tick or two to take it in the corner, move the puck to the next player, and on. The game comes a lot more quickly in the NHL, and you're seeing Levshunov in real time being able to slow things down. He's getting comfortable with the pace, and you're seeing him play with a supreme confidence. Like him moving the puck on the power play. He looks really good. Getting the puck out of danger in the defensive zone. He's been really, really solid. And again, 2 more assists today. I need to check his point total.
He's on pace for 48, I believe I saw.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he's got 13 assists in 32 games. I can do the quick math.
That's for his career.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this season, though, 9
9
assists.
9 and 15.
11. Wouldn't it be 11 and 16?
Yeah, so it's 11.
Or no, because he was scratched for a game. This was game 16. So yeah, 9
Okay, yeah.
9 and 15.
By 15.
Yeah, 48 assists. I mean,
82.
shoot, Matt Grzelcyk last season
49 assists, jerk.
had 49. Okay,
Yes.
well,
That's
then
Febreze
yell at
for
Ben
your
Pope.
bad
That's
take.
who I'm.
I brought my
I'm
Febreze
reading.
in case Mario smelled. But he's good.
Oh, what does that smell?
It's Gain by Febreze.
Non-sponsored.
See that sales department?
That's a non-sponsored.
Unless
spray.
that's a
wanna zoom
Mando,
in?
that's a Mando.
You want to zoom in on the Febreze in case we want to convert this into a sale? Come on. company man, always trying to move.
I'd rather
I'd
rather smell like Mando than that stuff. You got Mando in a spray can?
They do not have spray Mando for fabric yet.
Not for fabric? All right. Well, you can put Mando on anything, including, but not limited to. We already did that.
Yes, we did.
I lost what we were saying.
We were talking about
Levshunov,
yes.
Yeah, I think, as we talked about, like with him and with all these young defensemen, is that it takes a little bit longer for players in that position playing defense in the NHL to kind of acclimate to the game, because it's different than, for forwards where you just go out and it's just the assignments are different. The way you have to play is different. And the speed of the game, as you said, like the foot speed, the actual, like the speed at which you have to process, how you have to make decisions. Like it's more, like there's more on your plate as a defenseman when the puck is on your stick, because there's more pressure, because a turnover in your own zone can lead to a goal very quickly. And we've seen that happen with some of these young defensemen over the last few seasons. A forward can go out and create, and if he turns it over in his own zone, oh well, you just go back and then it's on the defenseman. So it's a little less pressure to be like perfect with the puck on your stick in those decisions. But Levshunov, I feel like is definitely, every game feels like he turns a little bit more of a corner of like feeling more comfortable and starting to show those attributes of what made him such a highly regarded prospect in his draft year. And I think, we've seen it start to develop. He's jumped from league to league to league over the last few seasons. Now they've given him the ability to be like, you're in the NHL. Like, this is the echelon. Like, you're at the top. Like, now you can just start to mature and grow your game here at the top. And I think he's leaning into that. I think he's getting more comfortable. On the top power play, he's been a good distributor of the puck.
I believe 4 of the last 4 with him is the number 1 power play.
2, because it's been 2 games that I think it's just 2 games that he's been, him and Renzel have been switched, and they went 1 for 1 on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 for 3 tonight.
Yeah.
So 4 for 4 with Artem Levshunov on the power play.
That's
don't change it.
Impressive.
It's working.
Yep. It's playing really well. All right, let's get to some of these super chats too. We got a few more we want to get to before we pay off some of our bits here. Let's see. Madhouse Meek, $20 says, "Congrats, Mario."
Oh, we did that.
We did that one already. Yeah. So Hawkward Slapshot says 3-2-1 on this road trip. That is awesome work. That's $2 from Hawkward Slapshot.
I mean, honestly, you could make an argument that 5 of these 6 road games, they probably had an argument for 2 points.
Yeah.
In 5 of the 6 of them, for sure.
I agree with that.
Well, and also on a larger level, I know it's only like 3-2-1, and I know it's only a 6-game stretch, but this is a really great foundation blueprint type of road trip for the rest of the season, where now they can go and they can look, and it might not be like, I'm not asking them to go 5-1 every 6-game road trip.
Right.
But they know that they can play above 500. They know that they can play tough. They know that they can penalty kill. And these are the kinds of road trips that kind of play out and permeate throughout the rest of the season.
Well, and it's the longest road trip that they'll go on this season. So to have a 6-game road trip where then you win games 5, 6, or 4, 5, and 6, like, that's just an example of, like, we were on a long road trip. As they mentioned on the broadcast, they went through daylight savings time and all 4 time zones in that the league observes. And you were able to hunker down and get wins in the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th games of the road trip. Like, when you look at a 3-game road trip now, as you go down the line of the season, you look like those shouldn't be daunting at all.
No.
You should say, like, hey, we went on a 6-game road trip over 2 weeks and found ways to win, found ways to play good games. Like, that's just another, like, feather in the cap of this team starting to believe that they are actually a good team, and not, pretty soon, if this continues, I think very, very quickly the narrative is going to change from, wow, what a surprising start, to, I think the Hawks are who they are.
Yeah.
Like, I think they are. I think they have now found their foundation of, this is a team to be reckoned with.
And you look at this road trip, you look at the opponents they played. You played Seattle as a playoff team. Winnipeg is a playoff team. Vancouver is 2 points out. Edmonton's 2 points out.
But Edmonton's Edmonton.
Right. Detroit's a playoff team. And who am I missing?
Vancouver, Winnipeg, Seattle, Calgary.
Calgary is not a playoff
Calgary.
team.
And you handed
and you
won
mopped
that
the
game.
floor with Calgary.
You shut them out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
like it's exactly how you wanted to perform against those teams.
But it wasn't like you were just bottom feeding and barely getting by. Like, you have some dominant wins. 5-1. You dominate 5-1 today. You dominate Calgary. Like, it's yes.
That took care of Vancouver.
The evidence is there that it was not smoke and mirrors, and you can go. We're gonna keep seeing the data from the data pushers of, well, you look at their expected goals, and you look at their. Screw it. At some point, you've got to take the record seriously.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to watch the product on the ice to analyze the team. And I think that was our frustration coming into this year, when everyone is saying, like, this is the worst team in hockey again. Like, you're not paying attention. You're simply not paying attention to how last season ended, how this preseason has gone, and how they feel these young players are ready to take the next step.
Yeah.
And they have. Shocking. The people that have observed the team are like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're being picked to finish last again? What is that?
Yeah.
It's laziness is what it is.
Yeah, I think if you came into this season with the idea that, like, the Hawks were going to be the worst team in the league and Kyle Davidson didn't do enough in the offseason and Connor Bedard needs XYZ, go trade for or go sign XYZ free agents, and that's the only way that they would have been successful. And even, us in the offseason, we were like, you could go out and get somebody. But that just wasn't the market that
there was really no market to do so.
Going to go make an actual game changer.
Wasn't the getting somebody kind of getting Spencer Knight towards the end of last year?
You know
what I mean? It doesn't always have to be in the off season, right?
Let's give credit
when you
to,
add
like,
on.
The Burakovsky thing has really worked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For Joe Veleno?
Right. Who got bought out.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just think, like, you really had to be able to see what was being developed. And we knew Frank Nazar was going to take a step forward coming into this season, and he got off to a really hot start. Now, last few games, not as normal of play that we've seen from him, but I think he'll be able to come back. Took today off. Hopefully he's healthy and back in the lineup on Wednesday, but I think you knew that there were a lot of pieces there. You knew Levshunov was going to come up and he was going to take some time. You knew Rinzel was going to be up here and making an impact, and same with Vlasic, and eventually you were going to see Oliver Moore at some point. And I think if you were from the outside looking in and saying Kyle Davidson's on the hot seat and he's not doing enough as his GM, and it's just it's just recycling what you saw half of last season
look. There is no easier opinion to have than the cynical opinion, and there is a whole market of people that are going to give you the cynical approach, and I'll believe it when I see it, and this team, I don't really believe in what they're doing here, and Kyle Davidson never played the game and he should not have this role, and blah 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 blah. And it's so easy to predict that it won't work, because chances are, like, if you're predicting this team will not win a championship, okay, that's probably a safe. I'm saying, like, Team X, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, they're this is never going to work out.
95% of all professional leagues don't win a championship year over year.
But, like, if
there's your analytics.
Yes, if the Edmonton Oilers never win a Stanley Cup with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, having Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl was not a poor plan. It just didn't work, right?
Right.
You look at what the Toronto Maple Leafs have done over the last decade. The guys they've drafted and developed and have signed for and traded for, it's worked in a regular season, but they can't get over the hump. You look at what Winnipeg's done. Look at the Washington Capitals with all their success, won one Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
It's not easy to win. It was 1961 before the Hawks won their first cup in 2010, and they had Roenick and Chelios and Belfour, all the Hall of Famers, Savard. Larmer should be a Hall of Famer. Doug Wilson. Just go on and on and on down the list. It was a great team that just didn't have enough to win a cup. It doesn't mean the plan isn't sound if they don't win. It just, cynicism wears my ass out. There's nothing wrong with right now being fully optimistic about the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
By the way, You could have felt that way last year and you would have been right too. Because if you're paying attention to what's happening with the players that matter at the NHL level and the players that you really think are going to be cogs down the road are all thriving in their respective leagues. Whether it's Kancerov or whether it's Frondell or it's Vaclav Nestrasil or it's Adam Guyon, who's having a really good year, or Nick Lardis is tearing it up in Rockford. Like, whatever prospect you want to point at as this guy really needs to work out, they're all working out where they're at.
Well, and isn't the other part is, look, as for me personally as a Blackhawks fan, I think there's a double-edged sword. And this conversation is starting to be a little rearview mirror because I think the Blackhawks are demonstrably better than they were last year. Right? We don't know where this is going to go, but it's pretty clear that this team might go places. We'll see how far in terms of playoffs or whatever. But the double-edged sword is that when you draft a guy like Connor Bedard number 1, as a Blackhawks fan, all of a sudden now every single season is sacred, right? Like you want to get there as quick as you can. And sometimes even me as a fan, I want to take shortcuts, right? And even we did plenty of off-season segments about like Mitch Marner and all these different players. I think what's most important about Kyle Davidson, not only drafting the right guys, but then developing them and finding the right coaching staff to do it. If all those things come together in terms of an ingredient of a formula, now all of a sudden I think Blackhawks fans get everything they wanted with a young team, with Bedard now truly not just being the possible superstar, but being the next superstar. And that's the position they could possibly be in. And I'm kind of glad that they didn't Seth Jones this thing to death maybe last offseason. You know what I mean? And try and accelerate.
You're 100% right.
Because we're getting frustrated.
And when you get Bedard, it's very tempting to try to like, wait. We got Bedard? No. Now we
get Malkin. Get whatever. Yeah, old, crusty veteran.
Yes, exactly. Like, and it's very tempting. And I think Kyle Davidson deserves a ton of credit. He could have said, man, I'm going to do everything I can to get Mitch Marner. Damn, Vegas traded for him. Well, now I got to take all those cards I had for Mitch Marner, which would have been that would have made sense. That's a franchise player.
Sure.
That's different, right?
Right.
But now I got to ship the plan B. Here, Brock Besser, here's $10 million.
Right.
That's the sort of stuff that you're going to regret 2-3 years into that deal. That's the Seth Jonesing situation. Is Brock Besser a bad player? No. Was Seth Jones a bad player for the Hawks? No, he wasn't. But they didn't. It wasn't going to move the needle in a positive way, the way that a guy like Marner or even like Jake Gensel a couple years ago would have. I love that Kyle Davidson has been patient. He has stuck to his guns. He has taken the slings and arrows of his critics and said, let's just see. And props to
trusted his own process.
To Danny Wirtz for being patient. Like, you look at the attendance this year and it's been down to start the year, not as high as it was last year. Guess what? When they come back from this trip, the tickets at the UC are going to be tougher to get.
I got a feeling 8 of the next 9 games are at home. I got a feeling that the UC is going to be a lot more packed than it has been.
I hope so.
To start the season.
People are taking notice.
Because I think people have taken notice, and I think the Blackhawks are getting back to being a team that you want to go and see, and especially coming off this road trip, like they don't play again till Wednesday. That's enough time for the reality to start kind of sinking in of this team being able to be like, hey, like they've gotten off to a hot start and they're still in the playoff picture.
Right.
Like Connor Bedard is leading the league in scoring. Spencer Knight is arguably having one of the best goaltending seasons in the NHL. You have young guys that are exciting to watch. Like, Adam Hogue is a season ticket holder with the Blackhawks, and just hearing him talking about the Hawks with Carm during during the pregame, like people are paying attention. Like the eyes are getting drawn back to this team. So and that's only gonna fuel them more. Like coming back from this road trip, Wednesday night's game, like I hope it's really well attended because this team has got juice and they can feed off of coming back to the UC. 8 of their next 9 at home, and they could really make this 3-game run that they've finished the road trip on really get snowballing in the right direction.
A couple quotes here from Jeff Blashill and Levshunov, who finished with 6 assists on a 6-game trip. This is from Ben Pope. Quote, he's definitely continuing to get better. Probably at the end of the game tonight, he got a little bit loose. We had a conversation earlier in the year about attacking the game and being assertive. He's a guy who plays on his instincts, and his instincts are good. Another quote here from Blashill via Ben Pope. Quote, we make mistakes a lot of times. We make up for it with work ethic And when we don't, we've gotten really good goaltending.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the blueprint for long term, but for this group as they work through, getting more mature in their games, like that's going to be ways that you can maintain some positive results that allow you to kind of go back to the rink and go back to practice and go into film session, going into each game feeling better. Because if you're making some of those mistakes and each one of them is in the back of your net, that just kills your confidence. That kills your morale, and it makes it really hard for guys to kind of dig in and night out. And that's what we saw with the team the last few seasons, where, whether it was the old Arvid Soderblom or it was, Peter Mrazek on an off night or whatever, like you would see the team play so tightly because every mistake was a potential goal. And this team, it feels like they're able to learn from the mistakes in real time and come back from them. And having Spencer Knight playing the way he is, having Arvid Soderblom be able to play for the most part how he's played this season. Like, there's really nothing bad about how Arvid Soderblom has played this season. Today was one of his best games of his career. But even, being it was 1-1 or something like that for the season, but not terrible. Like,
no,
average as expected.
That's yes.
So I think you can lean on those guys to make sure that they have your back, and the young guys can trust in them, and they can say, like, all right, like this is how we're able to find success, and you lean into those tendencies, and then you learn from the bad ones, and you don't let them snowball in the wrong direction.
He's 2-2-1, 263 goals against, .913 save percentage. If that's Arvid Soderblom's year,
I'll take that.
That's great. Yeah. That is top end backup numbers. I mean those are decent starter numbers.
That's some team starters.
Yes, that's some team starters.
League average save percentage last year was like .907.
Yeah,
so
that's really solid. Yeah. And I mean today's game obviously boosts those numbers big time.
Sure,
but he did them. Who cares? It counts.
His numbers are his numbers right now.
It's like somebody on Twitter was like, well, the Hawks' goal differential is really high, but they got those big blowout wins. Like,
that's how you get there. Yeah.
That's how you make a goal differential high. That's the point.
You penalizing them for scoring 8 goals in a game? Yeah, right. What are we doing?
All right, we got some stuff to do. Let's get to the Frathouse real quick. You got the music ready, Joey? Do I ever? Fire it up, baby. Connor Bedard is our featured Frathouse player today. 1 goal, 2 assists, won 55% of his faceoffs, and 17.55 of ice time. 2 primary assists. I believe every assist on this point streak has been a primary. I believe that's correct.
I have to go check it. I can't really. The research.
If it's not, it's the vast
research
majority
department is closed for the night.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that would be really impressive because then obviously goals are primary points, so every point would be a primary point on the point streak.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And we got to tell you about the game puck winner correctly. Arvid Soderblom wins with 61% of the vote. That is his first game puck of the year.
Nice. Well deserved.
Yes, of course.
You have a career high in saves in a game. You should win the puck.
Current standings, Spencer Knight has 6. Connor Bedard has 3. Andrei Burakovsky has 2. Colton Dach, Tyler Bertuzzi, Arvid Soderblom, and Lucas Reichel all have 1 game puck this year. We'll make sure to send Lucas his by the time the season ends. All right, we got to rifle through some super chats here. Adrian, who chipped in the $400 to get you in uniform today.
Adrian, are you hiring?
Seriously, man. You've done a lot. Thank you. Another 50 from Adrian says, guys, this team is just going to get better. Worried about the drop-off when Dickinson comes back and Oliver Moore goes back down.
I don't know if that's the case.
That might not happen.
I don't know if that's the case.
I mean,
because they're not at the roster limit right now. So if Dickinson comes back, they can just keep who they have. And then you're scratching up front Lafferty and someone else.
Colton Dach played 12-19. Not a bad game, but
I don't know if you scratch Colton Dach though. I think
and you can always you can always do a crazy thing and go 12-6.
You could. You could, but then who are you scratching defensively? I don't know. Maybe once Dickinson comes back, and we don't know how long that'll be, there's going to be some more runway for Oliver Moore to kind of still establish his game, which I think he's doing a good job of so far. But when Dickinson comes back, if it's in like 2 or 3 weeks, that might be the end of Sam Lafferty's, press box tour. Like it might be send him down to Rockford, and maybe for his sake he gets claimed by another team that gives him a different opportunity, or he just goes to Rockford and that's it. I don't know if when Dickinson comes back they're going to say thanks Oliver, now go back to Rockford. I think they want to keep him here.
Yeah, we are going to go to overtime, by the way, so just so you know, if you're watching us on Fast, I think the Bears aren't Fast anyway, but if you are, check us out at allchgo.com to continue the show.
Watching on CHGO Plus.
Yes, exactly. $5 from Justin says, sucks I couldn't watch, but that's why I come here. So nice having a team that fights every game. Excited for the future. Smash that like for the boys. Yeah, we're at 527. Another Noodle Man is not totally out of the question if we get to 600. Steph and Jurakovic. I think I said that right.
Pretty close.
Steph and Jurakovic. Is it Steph and Jurakovic?
Or
is it Stefan Jurakovic?
Stefan Jurak.
Or is it Stefan Jurakovic? I don't know. Whatever it is, they threw in $20.
Thank you.
Swedish. Those are krona for those that don't know.
Swedish krona.
Which amounts to, want to guess, American? How much
$20. Is Sweden better than America financially?
It's $2.
Oh, it's $2?
Yes.
Oh,
we'll take it. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Already more
like a peso.
multi-goal wins than all of last year. Wow, that's probably, once again, we are
the
restricted.
research department. I can't get to it, guys.
You're like in a cage.
You're asking too much research. We'll get the research department on it. Oh wait, they're all wearing Bears gear. Okay, sorry. Research department's
there's
busy.
9 people on the Bears show right
yes,
now.
Feverishly taking notes. And the Giggities, $10. Giggities is here, I think, every show, which we appreciate.
Yes.
Fun stat from him. There's our research department, the Giggities.
Appreciate it.
Fewest games of 25 points in a season. Rob Brown, 12. Wayne Gretzky, 13. Tony Tonti, 14. Dennis Savard, 14. Eric Lindros, 15. Steven Stamkos, 15. Mario Lemieux, 16. And guess who? Connor Bedard, 16.
It's a pretty good list.
That's a decent list.
That's a pretty good company there.
Good company to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can't be understated how good of a season he's having, and how vindicating it feels to watch him, knowing the start that he had to his career the first 2 years, and knowing the work that he put in and all that was made about his offseason. And it's literally like, it's like he went through a software update. Like, this is Connor Bedard 2.0. And he's the goal against Calgary. Like, he's making a defensive play and then making a 6 stick handling move and then making Dustin Wolf, juking him out of his jock on the way to a highlight reel goal. That's going to be on Connor Bedard's top 10 goals highlights for the rest of his career. Like, it's just awesome to see him playing this way. I know it's still early, but leading the league in points right now, like, if you'd have told me that we would be at this point of the season and Connor Bedard would be leading the league in points, I would have slapped you.
It's also a cool fulfillment, too, as well, of, like, I just remember us doing a bunch of shows of people giving him crap for wanting to just train on his own in the offseason.
But it's like you said, everyone's tanking for Bedard, and he's a generational talent. You start to hear this stuff, and you're like, so he's going to come in and be one of the top 5 players in the league from day one, right? And I think even we were like, maybe. The way it was being talked about, we kind of had a little bit of that expectation. So when he wasn't necessarily dominating the way we'd expect him to dominate right away, I don't know if it was concerning, but it was like, oh, okay. It was like a bit of a letdown.
Mm-hmm. We were searching, right, to see, like, when is it? Where is it? We see you guys, like, glimpses and flashes, but consistency and the production, the stat sheet looked fine, right? But I'm just saying, like, can we all, like, maybe give the guy some credit, too, that he wanted to work on stuff in the offseason, disappeared. And to his credit, too, this is also a really fun part about what I love about athletes is when they say they're going to do something, they really go out and do it. Like, Connor Bedard worked his ass off this offseason, and it shows, right? Like, at 100% shows. Like, sometimes you hear from athletes like, oh, yeah, I'm the first one in. Life. Yeah, first one in, last one out, all this other stuff. But, like, no, the commitment. He's got that psycho Sid Crosby mentality, and in the offseason, it's paying off.
So we mentioned this last game too, but like the reason I didn't have a lot of concerns about Bedard like not living up to the hype was there is no one that wants to be great more than Connor Bedard. I'm not making fun of him, but he has no other interests. It is hockey.
Sicko Sid
hockey.
mentality.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. Like almost, and Luke Richardson and Nick Foligno would joke about it. Like, we want to steal his skates and sticks, so he stops. And they were kind of serious. Like, dude, pump the brakes. You're gonna drive yourself nuts. And I think he's done that a little bit this year.
That was the first prospect camp when it was all off ice.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Well, can I still skate?" And they were like, "No." Like he brought his gear to like the first day and was like, "Well, I still want to skate." And they're like, "No, it's off the ice. What are you talking about?"
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean, he's got that drive that the guys that get to the top of the league have.
All right, you got a game to get to, so we're gonna wrap up. But there was a couple questions about the Florida pick. It is unprotected, but if Florida was to trade that pick this year, which they could, it would slide to the 2027 draft. So it says slides to 2027 if Florida does not have its 2026 first round pick.
Okay.
Right? So that theoretically would mean they could trade it. How else would they not have it?
Well, the Blackhawks have it.
That's where I'm thinking. But if it says if they don't have it, then it slides. We'll get that answer for you. I'll try to figure that out for you because that's confusing. It's conditional. If they don't have it, it slides. So do they have the right to trade? Because if they're like, oh, there's a lottery pick now, or it could be, now we're going to trade that for higher value.
I don't think
that would not feel right. All right, we'll get the answer on that one. But that was a condition on the pick. It's not lottery protected, but that's a condition for what it's worth. All right, we are back tomorrow at 2:30. We are unsure if the Hawks practice or not. If they do, we'll be there. If they don't, we'll be here. Either way at 2:30.
We'll be here either way.
Yes. So join us then. Thanks for being here. 544 likes, and good news. Next time the Hawks play, Holly is going to be in town watching the Blackhawks.
How about that?
All right. Talk to you then. 2:30 tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.